unfold this map of the human hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, everybody. How's your delay? All right. There seems to be a delay, maybe. Is that
I just remembered. I just remembered to turn on the YouTube thing.
Oh, yeah. That's all
That
right.
was me. And when I turned it on, there is a delay between your performance in YouTube Live.
Yeah.
There's a slight delay, and
Okay.
so I had not muted it, so
Oh,
you were hearing the echo of yourself. There was a very funny incident about that, but
that
it's
was a freaky. Yeah, I thought I'd slipped through an envelope of time or
you
something.
had you
That's
had.
Yeah, which is anything's possible these days. Excellent, excellent.
Well, thanks. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Thank you, everybody. My name's Harold Whit Williams, the Daily Worker. I appreciate you all Zooming with me tonight. Uh, Hope to make it worth all the clicking you did to get here. Thank you to Malvern Books in Austin, Texas, for hosting this, for setting it up and rescheduling it from April when it was going to be in their performance space in their store. I really miss that place. I know everybody in Austin does. Hope to get back there soon. But here we are at home. And thank you to my wife Ashley for running tech support and moral support and just basically being the brains. Seriously, the brains of the operation. That's what she is, and she's going to sing background. I think.
No.
You're not going to sing back. She's not going to sing background. I thought she was going to sing background. She'll sing it to herself, I guess. That track, Map of the Human Heart, it's the first track on my new record, My Heavens, Daily Worker, which is sort of a companion piece to my new book, also titled My Heavens. It's my fifth poetry collection. This is my fourth Malvern book event. I can't believe that, but it's my fourth event. And this is my third book published by Future Cycle Press out of Athens, Georgia. They are this awesome independent publishing house, and I'm really proud to be a part of the Future Cycle family. And also for folks in Austin, Malvern has copies of the book, My Heavens, that you can purchase. They're only doing curbside pickup at this point. But if you purchase it, you get a free CD while supplies last. For those of you outside of Austin, you can still order through Malvern, it's my understanding, and it's something called Bookshop, I believe, for delivery. So you can order it still through Malvern. And my music is available for download. My Heavens is available for download on all those platforms. And all the proceeds I'm sending to Color of Change for the good work that they're doing. So I think I'm going to play another song before I get into the poetry. And thanks to Jody today on KTX for playing this one. Call this one Stars. And Ashley is not going to sing backgrounds on it, unfortunately. So.
No.
No, okay. She's not going to sing backgrounds. All right, Stars. Here it is. Okay. Tried to love the incidentals, my turtle dove. It's the instrumental, and now I'm shouting from the crowd. Those things I never think out loud. The stars know one thing, that's to shine, that's to shine. But I never thought to sing when you were mine, when you were mine. Read the news, didn't catch the movie. My country blues, the river rising to my earpiece. Once again, I'm on the run. There's nothing new under the sun. The stars know one thing, that's to shine, that's to shine. But I never thought to sing when you were mine, when you were mine, when you were mine. The stars know one thing, that's to shine, that's to shine. But I never got to sing were mine, were mine, were mine. Thank you, stars. All right. Thanks, sweetie. What's up? Oh, nice. All right. So now I'm going to get into the poetry portion of the evening. Before I do that, I'd like to speak a bit on a dear work friend of mine who passed away last Saturday, Dennis Trombatory. He was the longtime geology librarian at UT Austin. He was a giant in his profession, research libraries, geological sciences, but he was also just a giant friend, a giant of a human being, a giant artist. I was lucky enough to get to know him in the last couple of years. He shared his poetry with me, beautiful, beautiful narrative poetry, and we actually critiqued and workshopped and became fast friends. I feel lucky for what little time I had with him. His mind was just a force of nature. And in fact, he read an early manuscript version of My Heavens and helped me with it, and he's thanked in the acknowledgement. So I'll really miss him. Everybody at UT is saddened by this, and I hope to do him proud tonight. Dennis Tromatory. Okay, and with that, I'll get into the poetry. Actually, I heard that today is National Tequila Day. Did anybody else hear that? I don't know. I thought every day was National Tequila Day. So cheers if you've got anything to cheers with. Salud. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay. All right. Poetry, my heavens. My heavens. With the deepening darkness came rain, rain with its despondent whisperings, rain threading itself through the lowering sky, through leaves slumbering, rain stitching itself into dreams and dreadful imagery, dreams disappearing as soon as they were dreamt, that sound of my breath a prayer, that clock on the wall wearing my face. At long last it stopped. At long last the rain slackened, then stopped. The sky raised up on its haunches and howled. The whole world shuddered and slunk back into its hole. Somewhere a pamphlet proclaimed this was the first day of the rest of my life. One man's purgatory. And so it came to pass that nothing much happened. Light and darkness and climate fluctuations, species evolving in a dance craze here and there. The rains eventually falling, but mostly elsewhere and of little consequence. I sang myself awake. I could feel eternity like a pebble in my shoe. I curled up inside that cabin of my soul and awaited word from a world gone deaf and mute. Sometimes a songbird in the dream out the window. Sometimes a sunset that mother would have loved. All in all, it worked out fine. The ballet of leaves, that bedtime story of shadows. My good ear cupped to the cold pain of midnight, almost catching some whispered secret from over the horizon. Unsteady lines thunder me back from the murky edge of memory, the schoolyard at false dawn, the uncut grass flash frozen, dog bitten and damned beside the drought dry creek, a mouth filled with music, a fever high from blood reckoning. I believe dreams grow on the north side of trees. I believe in someone else's time and someone else's weather. I believe in a deity unbelievable, raking us all over the coals to prove some pointless point. What a strange smoke scent this morning, and I keep trying your number. Just the sound of lapping water, of perch popping in shallows. Throw out the lifeline, throw out the lifeline. Someone is slipping away. And those last few lines from the old hymn remind me that I wanted to talk a bit about my family. I grew up in a very musical family in Alabama, sacred music particularly. And my dad is a a choir director, a retired music teacher. His dad sang in a gospel quartet, played the guitar, traveled a bit throughout the South in the 50s, singing in a quartet. My mom sang all of her life in church and church choir, and in church and congregation. My sister sings in her church and her church choir, and plays beautiful piano. And so I grew up really steeped in the sacred Methodist hymns and some classical music. And later, of course, the secular rock and roll, picking up a guitar, and the rub between the secular and the sacred. But all that to say that music has always informed my poetry, my writings, and so I'm going to read several poems where that's really up in the forefront. It's the exciting thing for me is that of late I've been songwriting since I was a teenager, dabbling in it, and now I find that the poetry is informing my music, which I'm pretty stoked about. It's helping with my lyrics, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, read a few music themed. I've got a loose cat. We've got a cat on the loose. Corralling the cats here. All right. Homesick Ballad in C minor. Tuned and plucked by the plectrum of time. Opening riff of west wind rattling the high tupelo branches. Bob White, whippoorwill, low hills wreathed in wood smoke. Slow music of rain upon the singing river. A theme develops from the formless form. Fence post hawks, barbed wire down. Patterns in the quilt on a dead woman's bed. Thunder takes a solo. Last verse, last chorus. One time I lay in a summer pasture and watched the sky become itself. Incidental music. A low hum in the background of everything. Low hum and the click track of hours. I pan myself to the left, then right. I pull the faders on a long work day. Satie and his snuff box, his long fingernails. Bo Diddley and that loaded pistol on the passenger seat. All hits, no filler. The world plays out in mono. The world demands its guarantee up front. Both sides of my brain backstage, muted. There will be no encore. And I'll read one other music-informed poem. This is a brand new poem. I just found out recently that it's going to appear, actually a couple of these are going to appear very soon in the San Antonio Review. I'm really excited about that. It's a literary and arts magazine in San Antonio. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to read a couple here. This is another music-themed, music-informed poem. Old-time music. Once again, the wide river recalled, a story, a song, an artery of memory, coffee-colored from summer floods, meandering west as I did long ago. I hear waves lapping from a barge passing. I hear that sucking sound in the shallows, in the shoals. I hear Granddaddy plucking an old Martin on Birmingham radio, his high tenor warbling inside the wax of a warped 78. I have never heard this, yet I can hear it. I have absorbed it like the grit and sediment of tap water. I have inhaled it like some Main Street fellow's cheroot smoke. I strum those 3 chords the river taught me, over and over and over. I have lived the river beyond its banks. I have kept 4/4 time to the river's current. I sing myself to the edge of the sea. And here's another new one. It's not music informed, but it's just kind of some bittersweet nostalgia. This one goes out to my good friend Tom Piper, wherever he is. No, never he is. He's at home. Blood Brothers Revisited. A coworker says blackberries, and I'm 10 again in that bramble beside the pasture. Tom is barefoot and giggling, our lips purple from the ripe fruit. I carry Daddy's binoculars and his sense of impending doom around my sunburned neck. Mosquito hum, meadowlark mantra, far-off rumble of the Memphis train, our sticky fingers, our aching bellies, that sky a blue-line map of forever. Tom pulls a pocket knife to swear an oath for all gods listening or not. He slices our palms and we touch for the transfusion. We touch to mingle meanings. We touch, then let go. Decades have passed, that pasture, now a neighborhood. Yet I can still taste the tartness of a childhood Saturday. I can still hear those meadowlarks, the mosquito hum. I can still see that scar and feel the faintest pulse of a dear friend's summer heartbeat. All right. Speaking earlier of music, as a guitar player, I have big influences on me, and you can hear it when I'm playing. Somebody I'm mimicking, somebody I'm attempting to mimic. I can mimic Pete Buck from REM, Lindsey Buckingham. I'm attempting to mimic Jimi Hendrix, of course. So that's the attempt. But you can hear these musical influences when I play, and so also I have poetry influences, and I think you can hear that in the music of the words of the rhythm. And those poets, there's too many, but there's the big ones with Morris Manning, Dean Young, Naomi Shihab Nye, Mary Ruefle, Frank Stanford. But the biggest, the overarching, the biggest influence, I would say, the Jimi Hendrix that I'm trying to attain, that would be Charles Wright, the Virginia poet, former U.S. laureate. Who just sounds like the word of God to me. That's what I think of Charles Wright. His imagery, the rhythm, the meter, his syllable count, form. That's who I'm going for. I'm Keith Richards attempting to do Chuck Berry. That's what I'm doing when I'm trying to write like Charles Wright. And so I was going to read just unabashed. These poems are just Charles Wright through and through. And I was going to read a few of them to show the influence he's had on me. Let's see, 24. Get some water. You going to sing backgrounds to this? No. All right. Broken Arrow. Such an utter mystery this day after day. Dog alarms, cars barking, oak pollen upon the blank page. Jet planes arcing from nowhere to anywhere. Sweet, surreptitious sighs from wet root and vine. Clouds like monks on the mountain path of sky. Why, oh why, these gnats in my backyard whiskey? The afternoon floating face down in a golden ennui. Every day a holy day to anticipate, to religiously observe. The transubstantiation, the utter mystery. I swallow it all and expect nothing in return. I believe in the zero sum of before plus after. I believe in daylight on the windowsill. I believe another drink is in order. I salute whatever part of my soul that still wanders. Pontotoc, Winnemucca, Thrall, Broken Arrow. That little piece of my soul fixing a flat outside of Fort Worth. The south wind whispering its one promise in the greening prairie grass. Tishomingo Sutra. Cicada drone, blue sky, Dharma afternoon. Everything beginning to fade around the edges. Everything going the way of the old family farm. All shadowed stories and hearsay, hushed chatter from the back pews. I still climb those pines of childhood for a far-off glimpse of future, for that suggestive caress of oblivion's breeze. My speech has become sticky with sap, untranslatable and in love with itself. My heart some folded roadmap misshelved in the hometown library. Eyes on the prize, hands across America. There is no pond without its reflection. There is no going without the return. Colbert Mountain Sutra. We wake all of a sudden beside the dream's fire, smoke-shrouded, moon-haunted, dream of the dreamless, dream of bones and hair, the fire of what's to come, the fire of whatever will be, the fire moon-haunted, and all of a sudden, we hem and haw, we till our bloodless soil, we thumb rides along some celestial highway, riven our words, our shallow deeds, riven and tattered at the charred end of a hard day. Oh, for 1,000 tongues to sing, they sang and they sung, and it stung our memories like bees after first frost, like static from the pump, like love before the loss of love. This old world, the weight of a stone, and all that we know and think that we know, as inconsequential as an eyelash on my sleeping mother's pillow. Which brings me to my mother. This book is dedicated to her memory. She passed away in 2017. A number of these poems are written with the residue of lingering grief. But I'd actually like to read a couple. One, this is the last poem. This is the last time I saw her. I was up visiting. She was about to start her treatment. Actually, I was there for the treatment. This is the last morning I got to see her. I read her this poem. I was working on it that week. If I can find it. Yeah. Caught by the Indian summer train. I keep missing the exit for that hometown in my mind. The burrow and broken pieces scattered on the other side of the tracks. They're waiting up for me, I know, fretting, hand-wringing, frittering about the fried pie table. That porch light with its congregation of moths, that harvest moon like a Buddha atop yonder ridge. The leftovers, the folded quilts, those ghosts in their dollar store frames. Evening deepening, sinking down to get comfortable. A lone dogwood hunkering up against the house. Its leaves, little flames flickering. Its afterglow, some sort of metaphor for the fire we return to, for the ashes sprinkled upon our slumbers. Old-time religion. Can't seem to recall that last conversation, but take comfort in the fact that our mother-son voices beamed out into the heavens, then back down into each other's ears. Voices of the heavens, heavenly voices. I pick up the receiver now and again for time and for temperature, for telekinesis and wrong numbers. I cut my ear to the morning mirror and catch myself in a familiar lie. I drift off on occasion to the church music of meadowlarks. They are piping in that old field where the coon dogs are buried. There was and is and will be eternity. I believe in it now because I've heard it singing. So I'll read one more poem here. I'll try to end on a kind of an up note, maybe. I don't know if I have any up notes to end on because they're all poems. This one's kind of absurdist humor, maybe. That's probably as good as we can get. So I'll end on that one. Epiphany in D minor, the saddest of all keys. It was all a bit different this time around. The cafe, the coffee, those hominids sitting next to me, and the sizes, the shapes of various rain puddles. The wind most certainly not whispering. Staccato grackle squawk in fast 9/8. Those school children outside the museum, oddly quiet. Their wizened little faces scrunched up in past life pain. Friends and family, truth be told, still friends and family, but altered remarkably at the molecular level. Like online photos tinted sepia for sappy effect. I, of course, was Rock of Gibraltaring my way through all of this, haunting that old corner table, scrawling future police sketches of everyone, eavesdropping for the good of our nation, and then it hit me. All right, that's it for the poetry. I'm gonna play another couple of songs. Is that okay? Is that okay, Joe? Is that yeah? Got time? Okay, good deal. Thank you for listening to the poetry. I appreciate it. Let's see. This is oh. This is another new one off My Heavens. It's called Temporal World. I've got friends in the temporal world, in the temporal world. I've got friends in the temporal world, in the temporal world. I'm a ghost for the stereo sound, for the stereo sound. I'm a ghost for the stereo sound, for the stereo sound. The world I wake to, I cannot break through. I call dibs on the Buffalo vibe, on the Buffalo vibe. I call dibs on the Buffalo vibe, on the Buffalo vibe. I've got friends in the temporal world, in the temporal world. I've got friends in the temporal world, in the temporal world I wait to. I cannot break through. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that riff there at the end. I can't help myself sometimes. All right, I'm going to play one more song. Thanks again to Malvern. Thank you all for Zooming with me tonight. This has been awesome. This is an older tune called Sea Rock City. Y'all be safe and well. Thank you so much. I should get the lyrics. Driving to Lake Texoma, not feeling so fine. I'm stopping off for coffee, don't care about the time. She's driving me crazy, 'cause I know she's mine. Slow down at red flags, speed traps in my mind. Look out, Daddy, I'm passing on the ride. Station signal searching, but they all sound the same. Count the out-of-state tags, so we know who to blame. The windshield wiper smudges, the bugs that hit the glass. The thunder's shaking our skulls, but I know it won't last. Look out, Daddy, I'm passing on the ride. I'll see Rock City with Jesus by my side. Look out, Daddy, I'm passing on the ride. I'll see Rock City with Jesus by my side. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Awesome. What? What? Oh, Q&A. Really? Yeah, sure. Thank you for zooming. Joe, what are we doing? Is that it?
Just saying thank you very much, Harold. I think this went off well. I hope everybody had a good time. Please come give us a call tomorrow and at Malvern 512-322-2097. And you can buy Harold's book and we will bring it out to the curb. And there is a free CD with the book. And Harold has been kind enough to sign books, right? Did you sign?
Did I sign them?
I think
Oh no.
it's been a while. Maybe not.
Idiot.
But you get a free CD.
I can drive over and sign.
And
What?
but you can
I don't remember if I did or not. Let's just say I did.
okay.
No, I can come over, Becky. I can.
It's all good. It's all good.
Just let me know. I'll do it.
Please come by. Harold is a great staple at Malvern, and we love having him. And I'm very happy to have had him at our first Zoom release. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.